Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Yemizkitchen. In this video I will be showing you how to cook Ewa Agoyin and sauce and how Ewa Agoyin and sauce is made. To get started, you need the following ingredients: dry bell pepper, dry bell pepper flakes. If you don't have the dry ones, you can use the fresh ones, as well as bouillon powder, any kind of bouillon powder, chicken or beef. The chicken bouillon powder is my favorite. Salt and paprika, palm oil, onions, and for the beans you need the beans, any kind of beans we do. In Nigeria they use red beans, I'm using black eye beans, and you need a lot of onions. I start by soaking these beans in cold water and leave that to soak for about 2 hours. So next I am going to be soaking the pepper as well, and for that I'm using hot water. I'm going to cover it and leave it to soak for 2 hours. So it has been 2 hours. You see the beans were soaked, they are washed, and I'm putting them on the stove now. I have water boiling. I'll start adding the beans. I'll start adding the beans inside the pot, and I'll be cooking these beans on a medium heat and cover it. So here is the pepper. The pepper are washed. I took out the seed. I am going to be blending the pepper, and I'll be rough blending it. So you don't want it to be smooth, you want it to be rough. So that is done, and at this point I'm going to be slicing the onions, and there's a special way they get sliced in Ewa Agoyin sauce. You size like this, and I'm slicing. This is how they slice the Agoyin sauce onion in different sizes, because one has to be fried, and you want the onion to be floating on in the pepper. So that is done. I have the pot on the stove. I'll be adding the palm oil. Once the oil is hot, I'm going to be adding the diced onion, and I'll be frying the onion in a very high heat. I'm frying. I want the onion to really fry and not to get burnt, so I have to stay there and keep an eye on it, stirring it. So at this point the onion is well fried, and this is what it looks like. It's fried, not burnt. So I'll be adding the blended pepper, and once the blended pepper is on the stove, I'll release it to lower setting on my stove. I'll be frying it. I have to stay there. I will keep eye on this, stirring it so that the pepper doesn't get burnt. So keep stirring. I keep on stirring it. Next bean it's been cooking for about an hour at this point. Now I'm going to be adding the paprika, bouillon powder, just a little bit of salt, and crayfish, and I'll keep on stirring this sauce. Ewa Agoyin is a very special street food. We eat this in Nigeria. It's one of those street food I couldn't resist when I was living in Nigeria, especially in Lagos, Nigeria. I love Ewa Agoyin sauce. It's unique in itself. It's nice when you pair with bread or you drink it with garri. So I keep on stirring it. When you're making this sauce, you don't want to leave it alone because it will burn. We don't want it burn. You want it to be really fried, and I'm frying it now on a low heat. I've washed the crayfish. Don't forget, it is optional, and I'll keep on stirring it. If you've made it so far into this video, thank you so much for watching. God bless you and all. If you are not yet subscribed, please kindly hit the red button and click on the notification bell so you'll be the next to be notified when next I post my video. Thank you for being my audience. At this point, this sauce is almost ready. So you start to know when the sauce is ready, when it starts getting dark. So you know it's ready at this point. The sauce is basically ready because you don't want it burnt. You have to bring it out of the stove before it's completely ready. Now that we've completed the Ewa Agoyin sauce that I showed you before, here is the beans. It's almost It's done actually. It's soft. It's mushy the way you like it. And like I said, in our Yemizkitchen, we're going to use American ingredients to make Nigerian food. I didn't have red beans, so I'm using my white beans, but you cannot see the difference. Okay, now I'm going to add my salt. I don't add salt before this time because I want it to cook faster. So I will say, make sure you are careful with your salt because you have to do it to your taste. Okay, this is, I'm adding a teaspoon of salt, and I think that's enough for my family. So I'm gonna mash it together. I turn off the stove. Now I have the option. Ewa Agoyin, normally they will, it's supposed to be congealed. So I'm gonna mash it so it can be congealed. It's supposed not to have too much water. Okay, I've mashed some of the beans. It's supposed to be thick a little bit. Maybe there's a little bit of water here, and I'm going to cook it down a little bit and so we can have the consistency. But this is my Ewa Agoyin. It tastes good. It's mushy like the way it's supposed to be. And I'm going to let it cook for another 5 minutes, and I'll show you. Then we'll complete it. Then we can serve. Now the Ewa Agoyin is finished. You can see the consistency of the Ewa Agoyin, like I said, should be like this. I use the black eyed pea. You can always use what you have. It shouldn't be very difficult to cook. And one of the hacks you can use when you're cooking is like you can pre-soak the beans so that you don't have to use pressure cooker. It takes a long time. If you pre-soak the beans, you're still maintaining the nutrients in it, whatever you're getting from nutritionally, and you cook it. And this is my Ewa Agoyin, and I'm going to serve it. I'm going to show you how I serve it. That's what the consistency should be like. And this is my Ewa Agoyin stew that I show you. So let's go to the table and I will serve it to show you how I did this. This is how Ewa Agoyin is being served. So the sauce is usually put in the middle of the beans. You can serve it with bread. You can serve it with cassava flakes gari. You can serve it with agidi if you want. But I'm serving mine with cassava flakes, the gari, or the agege bread. I wanted to say thank you all so much for watching. God bless you all. Please subscribe and leave a comment below. See you all in my next video. Don't forget, happiness is a choice. Choose to be happy. I love you so much. Yemis from Yemizkitchen. Mwah.